All right, we're live. It's Amy and Ronnie, oh, that's right, Amy and Ronnie.
Amy and Ronnie.
There we go.
He don't know.
Hey, people, we'll let a couple people pop on, and if they pop on, they fine. If they don't, it is.
Oh,
They're already calling.
Ronnie's live.
Please, people, don't call me while we're doing this video because it will mess me up on my thinking. So anyway, we want to be able to come on and just take time. It's a Friday night. I know everybody's been out to eat and been on dates, and they're like us. We're already home.
Thank you, Jesus.
Anyway, so we just wanted to come on tonight and basically just share our story, man. Everybody's been asking a lot of things of what we've been doing, how's things been going.
And if you can't tell the lovely background.
Oh, Lord. Yes, it's getting fall. Yeah, it's
people.
already fall. And
Had to bring out our other fam. You know.
Yeah. So speaking of that, let's pray. We have nowhere near this. We have no idea what's going on. Anyway, back to seriously stuff. Hey, Kay, how are you doing? She's in another world somewhere, or she's in
Where are you?
mission. Yeah,
Michigan?
not Michigan. She's on a mission trip.
Oh.
But anyway, hey.
If you were in Michigan, you got some snow.
If we didn't say hey, because if I get on here and start flipping hey, I might mess it up. But anyway, here's what we're doing. Today was a great day. I'm sitting out on the porch with the girls. Now, when I say girls, I'm talking about my dogs because my older girls already left and my son's left. So we're just, anyway, so that's what it is. So I'm out there and I'm having a moment just thinking about things. And I'm drinking my coffee and I'm just thinking about what happened over the years and where we're at and what's all happened with us, me and Amy. And I just thought, it'd be cool just to share. So I started to share a little bit. And I thought, this ain't right me sharing it by myself. So I figured I'll wait till Amy gets off work. And then we'll do one tonight. So we was going to do it outside. But then I realized
it gets
dark outside. So we said, hey, we're going to bring it in. So anyway, we're going to go back and just share our story. It won't be too long, I promise. We've got, squared out an hour. No, I'm just kidding. It ain't going to be that way. But here's the deal. Mm-hmm. Rewind almost 3 years ago, I was 50.
Yeah, we were.
Yes, we were. And so anyway, I was at a point where I knew I needed to do something with my health because I was literally driving home, falling asleep on the way home. Even Amy was riding with me sometimes, and she's like, "Are you asleep?" I'm like, "No."
I used to take naps in the car. I can't take naps anymore.
So it was not good, and being on the road all the time, it wasn't healthy. So I had to realize I had to do something, and so that's when I started my journey. But how it happened was kind of crazy. So here it goes. Fasten your seatbelt. We're going on a little journey. So I ended up getting up with a friend of mine that I hadn't saw. Oh man, it's been about 15 years, 12 years ago. Yeah. And so anyway, so I reached out to him. He was wanting to meet with our mutual friend. And anyway, so we met, and I walked right by him, didn't even recognize him, and because he lost a lot of weight. Now, when I say a lot of weight, people, I'm being serious. When I saw him, he was almost 500 pounds, 400 and something pounds. He done went down to about 200 something. So yeah, he lost a lot of weight. And so anyway, I walked right by him and he joked and said, "Hey, you don't want to talk to me?" I'm like, "Oh my God, what have you been doing?" And he told me, he said, "I've been drinking coffee." I'm like, "Drinking coffee and you lost weight like that?" I'm like, "Come on, I need to drink coffee like that." He said, "Well, you can do it." Problem is, I don't drink coffee. I don't like hot drinks. So we joked about it and kidded a little bit about it. Anyway, we became our meeting and started talking. Then I'm getting ready to leave, and he looked at me, and he knew that I could have lose weight. I needed to lose weight because I was over 400 pounds myself. And he looked at me, and he said, "I tell you what, Ronnie," he said, "you want to try some of this coffee?" I said, "Nah." I said, "I'll let you know whenever I'm ready." He looked at me, he said, "I tell you what, when you're ready to be an asset to your family and not a liability, call me." And that hit pretty hard, but I was like, okay, we'll see how that does. And,
sorry.
So I said, all right, that's fine. Well, I appreciate it. But I'll tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. I'll think about it and I'll get back in touch with you. Well, that didn't work because what happened is I left that day, and the next day I ended up having to go to Wilmington to deliver tea. So I'm going to deliver tea to Wilmington, and on the way home, I'm riding back, and I don't even know what the pastor on the radio station was preaching about. But all I heard him say was, I never saw a dead man cash a check. And it hit me so hard because all I've ever tried to do was make money. And it didn't matter how many hours, whatever I had to do, just chase that dollar. Workaholic, whatever you want to say. It was whatever I could do to do it and let my health get out of the way. So anyway, I pulled off the side of the road and had a come to Jesus moment and realized I got to do something. So I called Amy and I said, hey, Amy, I got to do something in my life. And there's going to be some changes. And she was kind of worried because she's like, you are bringing the car home, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm bringing the car home. She goes, okay. Because see, prior to that, we had a repossession. So we had her car get taken, which is another story, which I have Amy share that on another. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
I have no idea what she's doing. Would you stop pushing buttons while I'm doing this? Anyway, so I said, yeah, I'm bringing the car home. Everything's fine. So I called Rusty. I said, Rusty, I want to get some coffee. He said, okay. So I meant to get the coffee, called him up. And so I told him, I said, tomorrow I'm going to get coffee from Rusty. And she's like, okay, whatever. And then on the way home the next day, I picked up the coffee, come home. And I said, Amy, I got the coffee. I'm heading home. She's like, you don't drink coffee.
You don't.
I said, I know. She goes, why do you don't like hot drinks? I said, I know, but Rusty said that I could do it cold. And I said, besides, it gives you energy, curbs your appetite, and it targets your belly fat. And she's like, what did you say? And I said, well, it gives you energy, curbs your appetite, and targets your belly fat. And she's like,
whoa.
Targets your belly fat. I said, yes. She goes, okay, if it does that, I'm doing it first. She said, because the last child we had came with luggage and left it. And she goes, I've done push-ups, throw-ups. She's done everything to try to get rid of it. Ain't happening. So here's what we figured.
Don't listen to me.
I said, hey, this is great. She can try it, and if it don't work, I don't have to take the blame for it. So, Amy, you did it for 6 days?
I did it for at least 6 days. When I did it the first time, I think I did it twice.
Well, you only did half a cup at first.
At work, I work 5 days a week. So at work, I fixed me some, but I didn't drink the whole thing. And within 6 days, I tried on my bathing suit, which is really, really tight. And I was like, oh my God. I think I called you.
Yeah, she called.
He was like, what? I said, I can fit in my bathing suit.
Here's the crazy thing.
Just
No,
6 days.
no. See, she's doing, okay, here's the real what happened. I take the dogs, we go out, and we're traveling in the truck. I think we was going to the dump to throw some things away. Anyway, on Saturday, usually get a truck, and throw the dogs in it. We go somewhere. Anyway, she calls me up. She's like, oh, my God. And I'm thinking, what did I do? I'm not at home. She was freaking out. She goes, you don't realize I've lost weight in my belly. I'm like,
it's crazy.
You called me for that? She was all excited. She ended up basically 6 pounds, wasn't it?
Yeah.
6 pounds in 6 days. She told me, she said, look, you've sold all kinds of things. Do not let me run out. And so we like, okay. So I called Rusty. I said, hey, we're in. Amy lost some weight. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. He said, well, hey, instead of just buying the product, why don't you get paid for it? Now,
what?
I was like, no, wait a minute. I like that idea. He goes, well, look at it this way. Can $500 help you? And I'm like, man, you don't realize $500, $200, $100. I mean, anything could help right now. What he didn't realize was, I was driving for Uber, Lyft, Miss Daisy. I was doing anything I can to make some money because we were so far behind. What he did really, anyway, we was behind on everything. So I told Rusty, I said, hey, let's do the business. That's fine. Show me how to do it. I have no idea how to do it. And so I said, but the only thing about it, I don't want to have an inventory full of stuff. I don't want a trunk driving around with a bunch of merchandise. He's like, man, I don't know what you're selling, but we don't do it that way. He said, I've got warehouses all through the United States. I don't need you to have one. All you need to do is use the product, share, have a testimony, share it, and then let them order. And we ship it from our warehouse to their house. I said, I like that. So we said, that works there. I don't have to touch it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we get started. Now, here's where it got crazy. Our first month, I lost like 20 pounds. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm talking to you from not a swimsuit model person. Come on, now. Be nice. We're live. I was a little overweight. A lot overweight. Yeah. Rusty asked me, he goes, what is your goal for the first year? And I said, Rusty, I'm going to be honest. He's thinking how much weight I want to lose. I told him, I said, Rusty, let me just tell you this. If I can go to the beach and lay out and not have kids roll me in the water, I'll be happy. That's all I wanted to do, you know. So if anybody gets an amen in there, you can put a emoji or whatever. But anyway, here's the thing. So we get doing this thing, and then next thing I know, that next week comes up, and I done made $300. And I said, Rusty, I think It Works made a mistake. And he said, what do you mean? I said, I just got paid $300. And he goes, okay. I said, yeah, but you said we get paid on the 15th. Well, this is like the first week of the month. He said, yeah, but we also pay out bonus check on the first of, on Fridays, every Friday.
What?
I was like, I didn't know that. And he said, yeah. He said, what you did to give us a bonus check made $100, $150, or $100. I was like, oh.
Crazy.
I said, how many times can I do that? He said, as often as you want. So I went out the next week, did the same thing. So it's $200 more. Next thing I know, in the first 2 weeks, I got $500 and I'm going crazy. I'm like, this is pretty cool. And so the next month's come around. So we started doing this thing, started making a little bit of money, started making a little bit more money, started losing weight, started losing a little bit more weight. So let me fast forward to the year. Here's what happened. It's crazy, people. And sometimes me and Amy if I would do a happy dance, this is about the time I'd be doing it. Because I'm going to tell you, it changed our life so much. At the first year, I tell everybody with It Works, our first year, well, here's what happened. I ended up basically losing 100 pounds or 50 pounds in the first year. Mm-hmm. Now, for a guy that's over 300 or 400, almost 450, that's a lot. But I had energy like crazy. And Amy lost, I think you said 25 or 30 pounds. I mean, it was just, but we were living we only go all the time. It was not that we cut out everything eating-wise. We were still doing things. We're on the go. Mm-hmm. So that first year we did that. Not only that, but what Rusty didn't realize, when he asked us, would we be interested in making a little bit of money, he made a comment. He said, would $400 or $500 help you extra a month? And he said, the statistics say that, $400, $500, $300 can help you out of bankruptcy. It can also get your house out of foreclosure. Mm-hmm. Because what he didn't realize was we ended up basically the month before I met with him, we got our final letter that we were in foreclosure. It wasn't that we're talking about it. It's over. It's done. Mm-hmm. What was our options? And so anyway, when we started making money and we was able to reapply and do what we need to do, basically through that whole year of watching It Works grow a little bit at a time, $400 or $500 a month extra. All we're talking about. We started putting money on, we went through a Dave Ramsey course and started just putting money on one thing, paying it off, taking that bill, putting it on another, taking that, putting it on another. And before we know it, we just started paying off things, getting gradually caught up. And I'm going to tell you, in the process of doing that, we're losing weight. We're getting energy. We're getting healthy. This is what happened the first year. I tell everybody it's like a country song played backwards. Because we got our house back. We got our life back. We ended up getting a car, replaced Amy's car, and buying me a car. Now, people, this is coming from repossession to foreclosure and all this stuff. I mean, it's just been crazy the way things were just going. So we're so excited. We started telling everybody when people say, what do y'all do? We're like, man, we're just enjoying life full time. Because I'm telling you, you don't have to wait till you're a millionaire to enjoy life. And we realized, man, we're just taking right now and just having fun. And so we started doing road trips. Because we've been married 32 years. We really didn't take many trips. One, we didn't have much money. Well, the main reason we didn't have no money and stuff. But the point is, we just said, hey, we got a little extra money. Let's just go to the mountains. Let's just do something. We was taking road trips like that first year. About every weekend we was going somewhere. I mean, it was crazy. And then all of a sudden COVID hits. Yeah. I went from, and I'm still working these other jobs, because keep in mind, I'm doing It Works part-time, all of a sudden I go to bed with 4 streams of income, and I wake up with 1. Because the government says, everybody go home. And so the only business I could do from home was It Works. That's all we was doing. Yep. So I was like, okay, this is insane. This is crazy. What we're going to do. So we started doing a little bit more with It Works. And then some of the other businesses started popping back up and doing some things. And it got to where we started doing more trips. Sorry about that. I keep the camera. road trip, we started doing more. And then all of a sudden they tell us in COVID, we couldn't travel anywhere. And that depressed us. That made us mad. But then we realized, we're still going to do road trips. So there's times we videotape us doing road trips. There's a couple of them we actually get in the car and Amy videotapes and I back to the mailbox. And then I come back so it looks like a road trip. People, believe you me, when you want to have fun, you can have fun. So we're just having fun doing all this stuff. Then all of a sudden, this thing comes out of COVID. We start picking up. And now we look at where we're at now. Guys, this is insane. This is insane. The company has decided that they're going to give a bonus. This year, they're like, hey, if you do this, 4 friends, four and one. All I know is that's the numbers, 4 and 1s. I'm like, this is insane. We can do this. Next thing I know, they throw out their $3,500 bonus.
What having problems seeing?
We're sitting there going, okay, this is cool. We already got that one in the bank. We're like, oh, we're going to know we'll do that. So I'm asking everybody, hey, everybody's talking about losing jobs and need money and all this stuff. And I'm saying, okay, people, I hadn't really announced much of what we do, but hey, if you want to do stuff with us, come on. We're building teams. We're talking. We're doing all this stuff. And I said, what would you do with an extra $3,500? Well, then I made a mistake. And I asked Miss Amy. Next thing I know,
a lot.
We are tearing up the carpet in the house.
We did.
And we'll have to show you pictures of this later. But
eventually,
we went from one room to another room. Then we went to another room. Before we know it, we have a dumpster out there. And we're tearing up all the carpet in the house. We're throwing away a living room,
a front room,
a foyer, a hallway.
Like 5.
It was 5 to 6 rooms that we were pulling up. But not only that, but then we're like, we got this thing out here, this dumpster. There's a little bit more room. And the dogs are sitting on the couch, and we're like, I don't like that couch. And Amy's like, hey, we're going to hit another bonus.
Ship it out.
Let's get rid of the couch. So we get rid of the couch. The dogs are going, y'all stop, because, anyway, we just having fun. So now we're sitting there going,
we're making some money and redoing the house.
And here's the thing. So we're going to hit these bonuses. Because I'm tired of sitting on the floor. But anyway, but we're going to hit these bonuses. Now we're at a point where we're reaching out to everybody we know to say who wants to hit a bonus with us. Because the way this business is set up, unless you make it, I can't make it.
Yep.
And I love that because it helps me work with you. So here's the deal. If you're interested in a little bit of extra Christmas bonus or a side job or whatever, call us, because we are going to be putting people in, because we're going to hit these bonuses and we want to help people do the same. So all this stuff's going, and we're saying, we just go live and share our testimony, what's been going on. We're writing this story as we go. It's a journey. It's crazy.
You've done that.
It really has. And I tell people all the time that, we couldn't have wrote this.
No, we couldn't have.
Just to have an opportunity and to take it. No, we didn't hit a $50,000 bonus. We just made a little extra money here and there. All that made us do was pay a little bit here and get caught up and pay that one and pay that one. We figure outside of the house, we may have maybe $10,000 more that we owe outside the house. What was even crazier, when we got the house back, I've been calling making the payments. And I'd asked the lady that was making it. And I said, so tell me what my balance is. And she goes, after a few times, she goes, Mr. Evans, I just got to know. You just got out of foreclosure. Why are you asking what the payoff is? And I said, because we're going to be paying off the house. But I need to know how much it is. And she's like, okay. Well, that means, I said, because the company that I'm working with is not give us permission to dream, but they've given us an avenue so we can dream.
Yeah.
And they got us the support. So as we're dreaming, they're there for us. It's changed everything. And so that's what we started doing, is writing down what we owe. Right before COVID, we did something we have never done. That January, we made 2 house payments at the same time for the house. Now, we couldn't even make a house payment in 4 months at one time. But now we're making 2 house payments, getting things caught up. And now that COVID hit the way it is, and we're going through things. That's our finance stuff. It's growing. It's doing things. We're helping things. We're paying things off. It's crazy the way it's just been a blessing. And not only us, but our team, the people that's with us, they've got testimonies. They got things going on. But now let's switch over to the health side. You see, about 3 or 4 months ago, I ended up, or actually Amy got it. Amy started it. She got COVID.
Don't blame me.
2 weeks
My
she was not
daughter-
feeling good.
Our daughter actually started it from
Yeah,
her at work.
that's it. So she started, she got
Mother's
it.
Day, and we
That's
started
right.
feeling sick. Mother's Day, that's Saturday night.
Yeah, and then so then Amy gets it. She gets it for 2 weeks.
Well, I had to be home because I was around her. I had it, and I didn't go get tested till 2 weeks later because I thought I'm gonna be home for 2 weeks anyway. And then we went to get tested because he wasn't feeling good. And
Well, that was after you had it. She got tested and
I
found
got
out
tested.
that she was over
when I got
it.
tested, I got positive.
Yeah.
And then the third week is when we went because he started he wasn't feeling well at all.
Well, it was hard
He
to
went and
breathe.
got tested.
It was hard to breathe.
And the doctor said that he had to go get tested before he can come. So we got tested, and it wasn't long. They said, "Well, you're negative." I
Well,
was
yeah,
like,
they said she was negative.
No,
and
you
then-
were negative.
We both was negative. And the crazy thing about it, the next day I had a doctor's appointment. I said, well, I'll just keep it since I've already got it. So I go to the doctor, and he asked me, it should be a sign. If the doctor says, did you drive here? That
There's
should be a
something
good
wrong.
sign. So he asked, he said, did you drive here? And I'm like, no, my wife drove me. And he goes, okay, well, good. She can drive you to the hospital. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, your oxygen level is at 60. And I'm like, that's not good. He goes, no, it needs to be 90 to 90, about 95. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
That's a lot.
So anyway, so they ended up getting me to the hospital. Amy taken me to the hospital. I'm not thinking nothing about it. I said, okay. So I ended up basically telling her, hey, I love you. I'll call you when you can pick me
I
up.
said, "I love you. I ain't coming in. I'm trying to get over mine. I'll talk to you later."
So I get in the hospital, and we did not see each other for 6 days.
6 days.
They had me, it done went to pneumonia. They got me in there. It was not good. But here's the crazy thing about it. After 6 days, they was going to release me. The doctor came in and he said,
He went in on Wednesday. He came home Monday.
yeah, and when
brought
they
the
released me,
oxygen.
here's what's crazy. When he released me, he said, whatever I've been doing, keep doing because that's helped you overcome this COVID. He said, because your hydration level and everything there. And I said, well, I told him what I was doing with the hydrates. I told him about the immunity. Told him everything I was taking. And he said, whatever you've been doing, keep doing because that's what saved your life.
Yep.
And I'm like, wow. He said, and by the way, at that time when I went now was down to 100 pounds. Forgot to say that. I've already lost over 100. But who's counting? Anyway, the point is this. He said that if I didn't lose that 100 pounds, I'd probably be dead.
Yeah.
Now that wakes you up even more. And so now they send me home and give me oxygen for what, a
He
day?
came home Monday. They brought the oxygen out, and the EMTs came, checked him out. They came back the next morning, and they're like, well, your oxygen's pretty good, so you can use it whenever. They came back that afternoon. They came back Wednesday morning, and they're like, well, you're released from the hospital.
No oxygen or nothing.
Yeah.
They picked it up that afternoon, the oxygen stuff. I went the next week to the doctor. They x-rayed my chest, did all this stuff, and said that that's the clearest chest x-rays he's seen with the lungs that somebody's had COVID. And I'm going to tell you, people, one thing I did learn in the hospital, well, a couple things. One is you got to keep moving.
Yeah.
You know, keep moving and everything. That's important for life itself. The other is hydration. And I'm going to tell you, that hydrate that we've been taking, that we have, I don't leave home without it. I take it every day.
Yeah.
When I work out, I take it. That right there is unbelievable stuff. And I push that like crazy because I tell people it works, it works, it works. It's unbelievable. So that was the biggest thing that turned things around. So then I come home, we started doing this stuff here, and now all of a sudden we're going into this phase here. There's so many people now that are calling going, hey, what does that stuff really work? And we're like, okay, we're out of foreclosure. We bought 2 cars since then. We're paying off our debt. We're basically looking at a point we've lost probably together almost 130 something, almost 140, almost 150 pounds between both of us. It's crazy where we're at. So we're doing a 90-day challenge. And a 90-day challenge, everybody says the first of the year or your New Year's resolution. And you get in and then you do a couple and it falls off. Well, then we heard 90 days you get in the habit. So we got 90 days to the first year. So we said, hey, let's do a 90-day challenge. So that way by the time the first year comes, we're already in the habit. We just keep going. And so that's what we're doing. But here's what's crazy. We just started this thing and we're already lost a couple pounds between me and Amy. This is crazy, people. It's like just stop, look at what you're doing, get excited, get with people that's going to hold you accountable and make it happen. And we want to challenge it. Come with us. You know, if you're not doing anything to get healthy, you need to. I work with a lot of business owners and I help them so they can grow their business. The bottom line is, how long are you going to enjoy your business? Look at our health. It's so important. And so we're just reaching out. We want to do a live sort of bring you up. We're not bragging what we've been through. I mean, it's been, you know, it's been hell. I mean, it has not been something that I would have signed up if I had a choice. But hey, it's here. What happened? But I'm going to tell you right now, with the way things has turned around, we can't help to tell people, guys, it's real. You can get your health. It all starts with your health. Yeah. Because if I didn't start getting the energy, I wouldn't be able to work. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. So the health is so important. So that's what we're doing. We're just out here reaching people, letting them know about it. Because these last 2 months, we've known people that's passed away. We know a lot of people have been sick. We know a lot of people have been in the hospital. And I'm not talking COVID people. I'm talking about things that could be prevented years ago. And they didn't do it. Me and Amy's 53 years old. It's not too late to start. We started when we was 50, ready to go. And so we just tell people, hey, we're enjoying life. We encourage you to be part of this thing we're doing. Follow us, be part of it. Don't judge us. Come join us. I mean, let's have fun doing it. But we just wanted to come in, share our testimony, what we've been doing. We hope it challenges somebody. If it does, let us know. We want to be there to help you. We're just having fun, and
we are. We're just crazy.
Yeah, I mean
country. Well,
it's crazy, crazy country. We got pumpkins behind us. Of course, it's country. Look at it. Anyway, as we're saying, we're here.
So excited.
But anyway, we just wanted to come on and let you know that here's where we're at. Some people haven't really heard the whole story and everything. That's why they're wondering why we're excited. That's why we're excited.
Hit replay.
And oh, I thought she's talking to me. Okay. Anyway, so as we're getting ready to leave, we just want to let you know, people, we love you.
We love
you. And
you.
we hope that y'all, just take what we said not for granted. And, your health is so important.
It is.
And let us know. Amy, you got anything?
Don't say you're going to wait till you do your New Year's resolution. That's just so stupid.
I'll start now.
It's stupid. I'm sorry. Why don't you do something about it now? I mean, if you need, what am I trying to say? Your health is important. Your life is important. You are important. And you need to do something about it. And you have your family. Do you have kids? Do you have your grandkids? Do you have your spouse? Don't you want to be around for them as long as you can? So you need to, if you got some concerns or whatever, please let us know. We would love to help you. And if you need to earn some extra money, hey, this company, they're like,
why not get healthy?
I mean,
get paid, get healthy.
They want to help. I mean, that's their whole main goal, is to get you healthy and for you to earn some money if you need to.
But it just came when you were saying that about. Here's the deal, people. If you ever been in a plane, they tell you the first thing to do when that oxygen mask falls down, you got to put it on you before you try to help others. And there's a reason for that. It's so true with your health. Because until I had to get my health right, I couldn't tell anybody about getting healthy.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, you're a hypocrite. Yeah, right. This is a guy that was fat, old, way overweight. But yet now I can do it with the help and encouragement. And now I can share it with others. I tell you, people, it's unbelievable. And so that's why we just want to be able to make people realize people depend on you. And you're important. then let's take advantage of the time that we have to get healthy so that we can help others. And so we really want to reach out to anybody we can help. All this stuff with it, the finances,
If you
it's a
know
business with it.
anybody
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even if you don't do the business or the health,
Yeah,
and you
just-
need us to counsel you.
Take some products.
That's how funny, isn't it?
Oh.
Maybe not counsel you, but encourage you. I mean, hey, that's what we ought to be, counselor partners or a couple. Maybe not. Anyway, bad idea, people. Just keep praying for us. But hey, here's the deal. Sometimes we don't know what to say because we just want you to believe that we care about people. We care about you. We love you. We want friends. We know we need friends. We want it. Oh, I got it. Let's put together a huge road trip and pick a destination. Don't have to be big place, like maybe, Asheville. Boom, there you go. And then have everybody meet at Asheville.
Boom.
Oh, that'd be fun. Anyway. But
Colorado.
actually, we do have, I
Let's go
guess,
to Ireland.
I'll tell you, before we leave, we do have a trip that we've already got planned in February. It's a retirement trip. And see, somebody is getting ready to retire in February. Now, it may be Amy. It may be me. It could be you.
Ooh,
So if you want to be
retire?
one person to retire in February, you need to message us because we got this plan laid out. We're going to be in Florida celebrating a retirement party
For somebody.
for somebody. And I'm telling you,
I want it to be you. You don't have to be me.
I want it to be
I
me
want
too.
It, well, I mean, I want it
you
to
talking
be
about-
me. But we'll
It could
see.
be Amy. It could be me. It may be you.
But it may be you.
You tell us. But we are serious about it. We've already got it laid out. We know where we're going. And I'm excited. So there's a road trip right there coming that you can be part of. So anyway, I guess we've wasted enough time. There's probably nobody on the other side, but that's okay. We've had fun here. The dogs are asleep. I keep saying kids. But
Well, they're
kids,
kind of like
kids.
our kids too.
But anyway, so like I said, make sure you love somebody. Tell somebody you appreciate them. But most of all, remember, you love us. Talk to you soon.
Bye.